Joined the police department after I got out the military, and I wanted to make a difference in my community. Due to what I've seen in my community, I like to help people that can't help themselves. And I think that was the big piece for me to join the police department and to join the Prince George's County Police Department to help their community. I'm joining the lawsuit because I was done wrong. And what I'm going through and what I have been going through, I don't want the next person to go through. I was the face of the Prince George's County Police Department when it comes to posters, and my face is now still on the poster for hiring. The reason I say that is because my background is impeccable. This lawsuit right here will shine a light on what's going on the police department when it comes to unfair practices, not following the guidelines in a fair and equal way where we all can benefit from this. But what we're seeing on the police department is certain minorities are being, I would say, ostracized or retaliated against, or being not promoted in a manner where they should be. I was terminated from the Prince George's County Police Department and in an unfair manner. And in my situation in Washington, D.C. that I got into was a great friend of mine. My wife and his wife we all went out on a date, and at that time I went to go get my car to help him jump his car. And when I returned, he was being assaulted by 7 individuals at that location. I don't know why they were jumping him at that time. I just reacted to stop the assault. Once I ended up stopping the assault, one of the individuals pulled out a pole. And once he pulled out the pole, I went through with my training, which was identify myself who I was able to identify, place my badge in my hand, gave him verbal commands with my weapon in a low ready position. At that time, he ended up dropping the pole, which I did my job. I ended up stopping the assault. And at that point, I holstered. The Metropolitan Police Department responded to that location. And at that point now, I was placed under arrest for the weapon itself. That, we're trying to preserve peace, and I get arrested for that. And I'm a law enforcement officer, and they identified I was a law enforcement officer. So I ended up getting arrested that day. And after that, Prince George's County Police, a couple of days later, ended up suspending me without pay for 1 year and 8 months, because that's how long it took the District of Columbia to end up dropping this case after they went through 6 U.S. attorneys to go, hey, we can't really do anything with this guy because he was in his legal right to do what he needed to do. Subsequently, I ended up going back to work, asking for my back pay for being off without pay, and they did not give me my back pay for that year and 8 months. They actually told me not to ask for my money again, and I was coming from the upper echelon of the Prince George's County Police Department. And they looked at it as an opportune time to retaliate against me from a previous situation that happened 10 years before that in Charles County, Maryland, where I was dealing with 3 white individuals. And this has been traumatic in my experience going through this, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It broke me down in all type of ways. The biggest thing that hurt me the most was to have to lay out my uniform every morning, for my daughter. My daughter's a 4.6 grade average student. I didn't want any of my stress in her life. So I would lay out my uniform every morning so she see I'm going to work. And just to keep her mind clear, just to keep her mind where it needs to be in school. To this day, my daughter has no idea what happened in my life because Daddy has always been there for her. So I don't want her to ever think that Daddy lost his position due to something that was wrong. One of the things I'm looking at for the outcome of this lawsuit is, one, for me to be reinstated and my name to be cleared. I'm also looking at, a reform when it comes to the upper echelon of the Prince George's County Police Department, when it comes to the chief and the public safety director and all the lieutenant colonels and things like that. It's been shown that these guys are a group, and what I mean by that, they're like a clique, and they take everything personal. We need a fresh start.